It still cracks me up.
Welcome, everybody. How you doing tonight?
Hello.
So a special live stream tonight.
Yep.
So Dean from the Lights Place was asking everyone to do a movie theme for the week.
Live stream. Yep.
So I know there's already been lots of them. So this is our foray into this. Mm-hmm. And we decided, since it's October, why not to talk about horror movies? Yeah. And we love horror movies from the 80s.
Well, so maybe you love horror. I hate horror movies.
Yeah,
I really do.
Let's lift you up a little.
I'm like, ooh, I rise up to here.
Yeah, come over some. Those the lights. There you go.
Yeah, that's not gonna. Yeah. It's too far over.
All right, so before we start getting into, I know you did a lot of work on this. I'm busy at work.
Yeah.
Why don't you welcome in everybody?
Hi, James. I think he's at dinner. He's at Disney World again. So, hi, James.
Lucky him.
I know. I was wondering where he was. I haven't seen him in some streams, so I was wondering if he's down there again. And he is. Yeah,
wish we were there.
And Rob Fuzz, welcome in.
Oh, wait.
Wait a minute.
Welcome, Rob Fuzz.
And Kelly from the Mickey Bunch.
Hey, Kelly.
And Ray's in the house from South Florida.
Yep.
And Movie Mania Nick.
And Nick, I think the Yankees are still winning.
Oh, is he a Yankee fan?
Yes, he is. So, kind of taking a break from watching the game, but I can hear Ronnie in the other room. If something bad or good happens.
And Mr. Fulton Mraz, if I'm saying that right, sorry. Welcome in. I don't think you've come here before.
Yep, thanks for stopping by.
And we got Charlie and Stacy
of the Nerd Herders.
Hope you're doing well. There was a lot of damage in Leominster. We went on our walk. Well, attempted to go on our walk, and there's in the
Doyle Field, all
the big trees are all laying down all over the place. We couldn't even go in there.
Yeah, shut down that park.
And a truck got smashed. It looked like, so it was pretty crazy. And Amy, welcome in, Amy
from AGC Magic
TV. Awesome.
All right. So why don't we get into this? So I love movies from the 80s.
I love movies from the 80s, but I mean the horror ones I can deal with a little bit from the 80s because sometimes they're funny, But I hate gore, I hate guts, because I'm a jumper, so.
Oh, you jump at every little thing.
Yeah, every little thing. I mean, it's not even scary, and I jump. And I jump the whole bed.
You watching the whole something because it's been on TV. But I was watching something and you just constantly kept jumping, even though you knew it was coming.
Yeah, I just jump. I don't like and he's been watching AMC, and it's been having a bunch of weird movies on, and I don't like that stuff. Like Final Destination, I was watching that, and I was like, nope. I'm like, and it's funny because June from This Life of Oz, he talks about he won't go on roller coasters because on Final Destination something happened on roller coasters. So it's he won't go on things because of that movie. So I'm like, I don't want to watch it because it freaks me out. I have enough phobias.
But you watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, but that's not that bad. It's not like you're getting chopped up in a million pieces or put through a blender or whatever.
Jeffrey Resendez, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. So we're just going to talk. We're not going to do a top 10. I think we're just going to talk about our favorite horror movies.
Yeah.
But what we want you to do is that as we bring up horror movies from the 80s, in the chat, let us know what, are we off base and liking these?
Yeah.
Are we overrating some of these horror movies?
We want your thoughts. Or is there a scene from one of these movies that you like or you thought was funny or something they said? Because sometimes they have some one-liners that are pretty funny,
I hope I can remember. So you came up with the list.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see.
Yeah. But hold on, let me take a drink here.
All right. So what's the first one on your list?
Well, this was the one we happened upon this movie. I've never heard of it. We've never heard of it.
Yeah, but tell people the name of it first.
Okay, well, it's called Motel Hell. It's in 1980, and we a couple months ago it was on.
We were laying in bed at 1, 2 in the morning, and we saw this. We just saw a guy running around with a chainsaw with a pig head on.
Right, and it was like, what is this? And it was so ridiculous, but we had to keep watching it to see
I was interested to find out, what is this guy with a pig head on? What is this?
So this is what it's about.
So it's Motel Hell.
Motel Hell. It's a wacky horror comedy, involves a motel operating couple who sell smoked meats that are really their guests / victims, whom they bury up to their necks in a secret garden until they are ready to be harvested. So they go. You see this out in the.
That's right. Right in the backyard, they had the garden.
They had all the garden, and they had like little sacks over their head, and they're all moving in there. They're all buried up, like bikers. Anybody that comes to the hotel, they bury them in the backyard up to their neck until they're ready to become the smoked meat. It was so weird, and I have a picture.
Welcome, Alex, the filmmaker. Oh. Thanks for stopping by, and we also have Joey from It's Joey's World.
Hi, Lisa. So this is I don't know if they can see this.
Oh, I wasn't prepared.
I know. Can they see it?
I'll get a picture. You mentioned.
All right.
You talk about it.
So that's what that is. Just so weird. Why did it change color?
Because you highlighted it.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
So that's one of the.
And weird... I say it's not a very good movie. At all.
It was like.
But it's
silly.
funny. It's actually really, really funny. And that's the part that we really like, what we liked about it.
And it was funny. The cop in it is, if you remember from Chips, I think it was Grossman. Grossman was the guy's name from Chips. That he was in this movie.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, that's it right there. The picture, yeah.
So, just so you know, that's what we're talking about. And it's not scary. It's just really funny, out of this world.
It's like weird.
It's so bad. It's kind of like what was that shark movie? Sharknado.
It's
like, I found it to be like Sharknado, where it's a horrible movie, but I couldn't take my eyes away, and it was fun to watch.
Because it was so bad, you just like making fun of it as you're watching it.
Yes.
All right. So that's one of them. All right, and then.
Oh, and let me keep eye on the chat here. So I think Movie Mania Nick said he may have seen it.
Yeah, it's corny. Yeah. It really is corny. And I didn't mind it because it wasn't, like, scary. So, I don't like stuff that's scary. Like, the new movies they have out now, like Saw, I hate that stuff. I hate that. Like, you have a key in your eye. Nick, you're right. You have a choice. Either dig it out of your eye or you die. It's like, okay.
So Ray goes, his parents took him to see Hotel Hell at a drive-in theater when he was a kid. It was a double feature with some Mark Hamill movie. Wow. I didn't mind seeing it afterwards, that's for sure.
All right. So, the other one.
All right. So, what do you have next on the list?
We've got Child's Play, Chucky.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of them.
So, how many of them? How many?
There's 8.
I know there's 8, but how many came out in the 80s?
80s. Let's see.
So,
most, I think. The first one was 1988, so I think that's the only one that was in the 80s.
Okay.
Child's Play, the original Child's Play, was in 1988. And
this movie is about, it's a career criminal, right?
Yeah, he's a serial killer that, what's he do? He takes on the...
I remember at the beginning where he gets into some kind of toy store, cops are chasing him.
Yeah.
Real bad thunderstorm in the area, and he gets possessed, right? It goes,
body transfers into the
doll. And it's the Good Buddy doll. Wow.
Yeah, my buddy, he goes wherever I go, my buddy.
And that one is, I would say that one, I love Chucky.
You would love Chucky.
I think it's a great movie. Karen Cook, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. And it's the first one that I really enjoy, and I think Nick's right. The first one was the best.
That's it. Yeah. But it like there was a real doll, My Buddy, and it had like the same outfit as him. It didn't look like the face, but the same clothes.
Yes.
So it's like, or similar.
But it did have, if I remember correctly, it did have some scary parts where you didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Now, as the years gone on, they've had multiple of these. And AMC's actually playing the series right now.
Yeah, they're going to have a Chucky marathon on Saturday. On AMC.
But like,
so if you're interested.
But they had like the cult of Chucky, the bride of Chucky, something like that.
The seed of Chucky.
Those are awful.
They're wicked
really
bad.
And I didn't like the remake. I think the remake came out last year. And we saw it.
Yeah, it's awful. I didn't like the face. He didn't look like Chucky.
I agree.
Look, that's the picture of the new one.
It's really the original Chucky I like the best, and the one, Yeah. And this was a great film.
The one when he had the kid, the freaky looking kid, was that the seed of Chucky? The weird looking.
Yes, the seed.
It made me look like David Bowie. That's what I think of. I'm like, it was so I'm not making fun of David Bowie, but it had that weird face. Like I was like, It was bizarre.
Now, a quick little story is our son cannot stand Chucky.
Oh, yeah, he was afraid.
He was afraid. He would cry. If he just saw the commercial on TV, he'd hide under the blanket crying. And I don't know why, because it's not like I'd watched that in front of him.
Yeah.
Right? But he must have come across it somehow. And I remember going to stores. Remember, they remade the dolls for you to buy. Just to remind you of the movie. And whenever he just saw the doll, he would just go into hysterics thinking that doll was going to come alive.
Yeah, remember sometimes he wanted to stay up and go to bed, and we're like, we're watching Chucky. And he's like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. So only one of those came out in the...
Yeah, 1980.
It is actually 8. Looks like there's 8 altogether. But I would recommend...
But that's the one that, started it all.
Yeah. The first one's definitely the best one.
Yeah. The new ones, it's just weird.
Yeah, it's like Robot Chucky.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't like it.
All right. So what do you have next on your list? Hello, Lynn from the Lynn Project. Thanks for joining us. And everyone, don't forget to check out Lynn at 10 o'clock. She's on right after us. So we should all head on over there afterwards. Meredith's trying to fumble with the computer. What's the name of the movie?
You know who it is.
Yeah. So the one that we really enjoy.
You really enjoy.
is Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees.
Hi, Dougie. Welcome in. He was talking horror earlier.
Oh, was he?
Hi, Dean.
Guys, thanks for coming in. So, the Friday the 13th, I love them all, and they get silly and ridiculous.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The more they come in. But the thing I didn't realize until last night, because there's AMC's tomorrow playing the Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Is, do you know how many of these they made in the 80s? So, the original came out in 1980. I'm not a fan of the original. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like it. It builds up the story. Yeah. I get it. But the scare factor and the killings and the gore, I think it's better in some of the later ones. So the original's not my favorite. But you have the original in 1980. Part 2 came out in 81. Part 3, 82. The final chapter, which is 4, 84. You see a theme here.
Yeah.
A New Beginning, 85. Jason Lives, 86. Right? The New Blood, 88. Jason Takes Manhattan, 89. So there's practically one...
Every year.
Just about every year. 87 was the only year that was missing.
And I remember seeing 4 in the theater when I was a kid, and I was 14. So my friend's mother had to buy the tickets because you had to be 17 to see it. And she didn't like to hear the movie, so she was blocking her ears, and my friend, and I was blocking my eyes because I didn't want to see it. So she's like this, and I'm like this. And it's bad. I got nightmares after that.
But we grew up on
yeah.
Jason Voorhees.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I love watching these. I like the remake. I thought the remake was done well, and I think there's another one sequel to that coming that I can't wait for. Yep. But I love these movies. My favorite, out of the older versions, I would say my favorite is 2. I really liked 2.
That's with the mother, right?
The mother comes out, and there's a scene at the end. I usually don't jump, and I usually don't get scared. But there's a scene at the end where they're in that hidden house, the mother's house.
Yeah.
And remember, something comes through the door. It was the dog or a cat that went through the window.
Oh,
So you jumped and you were like, oh, it was only a dog or a cat, right? And the next thing you know, here comes Jason right through. So it really, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, and the Friday the 13th movie is just so ridiculous. It's he's walking, he
walks, everybody else runs.
He's walking slow and he's dragging his leg and they're running and it's he catches up to them. I mean, he gets shot, he gets stabbed with a stake, he gets run over by a car, he gets, blown up, all these things, he keeps coming. It's come on,
And Nick goes, what about Jason Takes Manhattan?
Oh,
that one was ridiculous. That one was...
Was there one in space or no?
There was one in space. That was not in the 80s, but yes, there was one in space.
Yeah.
4-1 Yankees. Yeah, I heard Ronnie clapping and stuff. But remember, Part 3 is actually really good. That was one of the 3D movies. That was one of the first 3D movies. I think, I know Jaws 3 was in 3D. I think that was after Jason.
Yeah, the 4 was in 3D because I remember that's where we went because it was 3D. So it was
that one was really freaky. One of the first times you got to see a 3D movie in the movie theaters.
Take a nice cruise, Dougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Friday the 13th has a special place in my heart because we grew up watching those.
Yeah, and he always likes to put it on when I'm trying to go to sleep, and then I'm I can't sleep because it's I get scared. I'm jumping the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Now the next one, this is a good...
And then what's his... Dean said he saw Carrie. That was way back to Mary Poppins.
Yeah. And it's funny. We saw the remake.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was watching the remake. And that's on your list.
No, Carrie's not on my list. Because I think Carrie was 70s.
All right, we can still talk about it.
But I like Carrie. That was a good movie because that's not too gory, really. It is and it isn't. I hate slasher, Ugh.
So this is a good segue. Jeff Resendez likes the Halloween movies, which is on the list.
Yep.
So that's Michael Myers, right? What was this one? I'm not up to speed on Michael Myers.
This is the complete franchise. So Halloween, the first one was in 1978. But then they had...
but what is it about, real quick, for people that don't know? Jason Voorhees just was a killer where he died at... what was the camp again?
Crystal Lake.
At Crystal Lake. He was there. He drowned because the lifeguards weren't watching over him. And his mother didn't like that, and then he somehow got resurrected and became this weird serial killer, killing everyone once they opened up Crystal Lake. So Michael Myers,
he was
he's a
sociopathic child who kills his older sister, for which he's committed to a sanitarium. And at 21, Myers escapes, robbing a car in his jumpsuit and mask combo in order to wreak havoc on unsuspecting Haydenville to find his sister Laurie, played by Jamie Lee Curtis.
So, and Halloween is pretty interesting as well. Just imagine seeing that. You always see the little trick-or-treaters in there.
Yeah, that's what Dougie said. Yep.
Dougie said it a lot better than we could. Killed his sister when he was 6 and spent years in a mental hospital before escaping. And then he's just going through while little kids are trick-or-treating.
Yeah, and he just stands there Yeah.
So, Halloween 2 came out in 1981. Right?
Yep.
And again, I think in 1 he was shot by the doctor there.
Yeah.
He went through. I think that's the one where he went through, fell out of the window on the second floor. I think this is the original Halloween. Yeah. And then when he went checked on Jamie Lee Curtis, she was fine, and he went back and saw he was missing. Mm-hmm. And he's the guy that wears it's kind of not a hockey mask, but it's a clear mask.
It's just a white mask with a fuzzy hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you had Halloween in 82. I mean, 81. Sorry. Yep. So this was great. What was great about horror movies back when we were growing up is they came out constantly.
Yeah.
Right? So Halloween 3, which is the Season of the Witch, came out in 82. You can go.
Yep. Oh, Return of Michael Myers in 1988. Revenge of Michael Myers, and we just watched this one with the little girl in the clown outfit. 1989.
Yes. I've seen so many of these, they all start
blending into
me.
Yep. The Curse of Michael Myers. Halloween H2O, 20 years later in 1998.
Yep, Jamie Lee Curtis was in that one. And there's a later one, the remake. I think it was the remake, the latest one. Let me just look here. Where she was a mother with her daughter and granddaughter.
Yeah, 2018.
And there was also one, wasn't... there was a rapper in one of these. I can't remember which one. It was like a really off-the-wall one.
See, Karen says a bunch of movies were great late 70s, early 80s. Halloween, The Fog, Prom, loved them all. Yeah, those kind I like because, I mean, they're scary. They're not too gory. Like I said, the ones now like Saw and all those crazy ones I don't like.
Yeah, but Halloween was awesome. That's why I love October, because they're all on TV. Even while I'm working, I can put them on as background noise. I can watch them late at night.
AMC is having all the horror movies on this month, right? And then on Freeform, they're having like the
tamer ones.
The ones that I like Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas and that kind of stuff. That's in Beetlejuice. I can take those. The older I get, the more scared I get. I don't like getting scared because haunted houses and all that stuff is no.
But that one's great. I mean, Halloween is great. All right, so what do you have next?
You know who it is.
So everybody should know, right around the same time, it was Freddy Krueger with A Nightmare on Elm Street. Mm-hmm. And it was constantly like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I always couldn't wait for these movies to come out just to go see. And they were cheap to make, so they kept making them just because they made a lot of money and they didn't cost much to make.
This is the whole story about Freddy's, how he became who he is. That's the first one's 1981.
Yep, so the first one came out in 1981. And the scene that I always... there's two scenes that I always remember. The first one, what's the lady's name again?
I forget her.
Nancy.
Nancy Thompson, yeah.
When she was in the bathtub.
And the claw coming
you just see the claw coming out, like, moving around like Jaws.
Yeah.
Loved that. That was just...
It is the one with Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's in it too. He's in the bed that gets like...
Well, that's the next scene that I like.
Yeah.
Is when he's, you're not supposed to fall... So the whole premise is you're not supposed to fall asleep. Because when you fall asleep, Freddy Krueger gets into your...
Yeah.
Into your nightmares. And that's where he's able to kill you.
Yeah.
And all these funky things happen.
Yeah.
But the one with Johnny Depp was... He was sleeping, he fell asleep. And did he have a waterbed? I think he had a waterbed. But anyway, it was a bed.
Yeah.
And Freddy just took him out with the claw and was just spinning them all around, blood shooting out.
It's gross. And then didn't Freddy cut off the mother's head or something? Was holding the head or something? She was yelling. I
don't remember.
I don't know what one that was. I get them all mixed up because they blend in together.
So that was 81. 86 was the next one, which was Freddy's Revenge. 87 was
Dream Warriors.
That was number 3.
I like that one.
88 was the Dream Master. And 89 was the Dream Child. Wow. And I mean, it's just like, Halloween.
But don't remember, there was Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. But just like, with Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street, they just got more and more ridiculous as they did sequels. Mm-hmm. And I would never say that they're good movies because they're not.
Yeah.
See, I was right. It was a waterbed. I thought so because I thought that's where the blood came out of.
Yeah.
And that's what I was just going to say.
1, 2,
Freddy's coming for you.
5,
3,
6,
4.
Get your crucifix.
Yeah.
Oh, I said 3, 4, whatever. I skipped numbers. I don't know how to count.
Go lock your doors or something. I mean,
5, 6, get your crucifix. 7, 8. I don't know what the rest is. Oh, the Omen and the Exorcist.
Yep.
Those were scary ones.
But I also think that they're working on a remake of this. But it is really funny how many of these movies they made. So yes, there was. Meredith mentioned Freddy versus Jason. Looks like it came out in 2003. And if I remember correctly, Jason won that battle at the very end.
I've never seen that. I would like to see
it. You saw it. We saw this. Yes, we did.
I don't remember.
You closed your eyes most of the time.
And that's probably why I don't remember it. Now that's funny with Bob. It was corny and try to get funny as it went on. Yeah.
But I would say these are my 3 favorite franchises out of horror. And I will always watch them whenever they're on TV. I can't help myself.
Yep.
I love them.
Yep.
I know you get scared, but hey.
Yeah. And I'm just like, ooh. Close my eyes.
You know what?
Or when he falls asleep,
Movie Maniac brought up Jason Takes Manhattan. I hope that's on tomorrow night because I want to watch it because it's so just.
Well, they're doing. I think they're doing them all. We'll have to see if it's on. They're doing the whole marathon.
All right, so you have others. Mm-hmm. Now you have a whole Stephen King section, correct?
Right. That's. Some of these movies I may have seen, and some of them I've seen so long ago I don't remember. So we're just gonna go down the list. That's
1996.
Yep. Let me see if we. There's so many of them.
So Maximum Overdrive.
Wasn't that like a truck that?
These were like.
Tractor trailers come to life and terrorize a group of people.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't particularly like it. And it was so long ago. I've seen it once and I was done.
The Rage, that's 1999.
Yep.
Children of the Corn, that's 93.
Oh, Children of the Corn, it was scary.
Yep.
The
first one.
You did have Pet Sematary. The original Pet Sematary came out in the 80s, which I remember seeing. And that was really freaky.
Creep Show was another one that was creepy.
I'm not sure I've seen Freak Show.
Creep Show. It was like 3 different stories.
Joey Goes Maximum Overdrive was also Possessed Appliances.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here you go. Ray gave you I don't mean to sidetrack, but Ray goes 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6,
7, 8, stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. So Children of the Corn, 84. It's been a long time since I've seen this, but if I remember correctly.
The children were led by a boy preacher. Let me see. Malachi. I hate that name. I just hate it. And then, where is it? I was trying to read it and it went away.
Yeah.
That's it. Movie info. Content.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, this is the one where you had, if you ran through a maze, like these children would come out and try to get you. It was like really weird. It was one that I did not enjoy watching as a kid because I was 12 at the time that came out. Big creepy clown face on the back truck.
Now my Stephen King's movies is messed up.
Okay. You also had did the original It come out during that time?
Yes. I think that was...
I don't know how many people remember the original It. And it was a mini-series that showed on TV. It wasn't even the movie theater.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name? Tim... Conway? No. Was it Tim Conway? The one that... He was the It.
He was on 3... Oh.
No. I know Jack Ritter was that too, but no, it was Tim... I think it was Tim Conway.
Tim Curry.
That's it. I'm getting mixed up. Blair Witch. That was terrible.
I didn't see Blair Witch because that got me sick with the running around. I couldn't watch it.
We watched it.
I didn't watch it.
Me and Danny watched it one night. And it was like the cameras all over the place and the nose is running. It was like
now it really
crazy.
it really freaked me out.
The clown. I hate clowns.
Yes. To me, I found the original It scarier than the remake. I don't know how you feel, but that's...
No, we're going to do that. But
I don't know how you feel, but that's how it was for me.
yeah, it was scary.
So you said Carrie was the 78, 79?
I think so.
I know I saw the original. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But I recently was watching
the
remake.
Yep.
I actually want to watch the original because that seemed like it was a really, really good movie.
It was a good movie. Yeah, Blair Witch equals bad YouTube video. Exactly. It was bad.
And I can't watch stuff like that because it gets me... I don't know if it's like vertigo, but the room starts spinning. And
because they're running around with the camera. It was like stupid. Yeah. Was it like real? Was it fake? I don't even know.
The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that the other day again.
See, that I can deal with because it's just like a crazy, husband. I live with that all the time. So... Here's Johnny.
You wait now. I'm going to get the axe and bust through.
Yeah. I have the X right here.
Yeah.
May I cut in?
But Jack Nicholson was great in that movie. Loved that movie.
Yep.
Remember Cujo?
Yep.
That got me afraid of dogs as a kid. Yeah. I couldn't walk down the street. There's a dog off the leash. Yeah. I'm running.
Yeah. I mean, I remember there was this... on the corner near my house, near our school, we had to walk by this house every day. And it was a policeman, and he had a police dog. And he had the German Shepherd with the black face. He was so scary. And I forget his name. It was a scary name. And, like, he would be in a cage. But one day he wasn't in the cage. He was, like, loose. But I'm like, I was so afraid. Because we thought he was going to attack us. But he didn't. But
yeah. I still haven't seen Cujo since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Christine.
Yep, the car.
And this was a possessed car that tried to run people down, correct?
I think so.
I haven't seen that one.
You were watching Shift Shapers or whatever it was. That's what you were watching the other day with the car changing different.
I don't remember.
You had it on in there. It was, I forget what it was called.
In Joey's World goes Misery.
Oh, yeah, Misery.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh!
Yes.
I can't watch that movie.
At the end, I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, that just seeing her take that sledgehammer to his ankles.
Yeah. Yeah, that freaked me out.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I could see Meredith like getting in a fit of rage and getting mad at me and doing that to me. I mean, I'm serious.
Stand By Me was one of my favorites. I know it's not a horror film, but it's Stephen King. There's so many good Stephen King movies that I got to stop watching them again. Because, I mean, they're really good.
Yeah. And you get the Langolers.
The what? Langolers. What's that? Shane Sharp was Stephen King too?
It was, yes.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Yeah. I've heard of that movie, and I can't remember if I've seen it or not.
He has so many movies. My goodness.
Yeah.
The Mangler.
Now you know that I've met Stephen King.
Oh yeah, cause didn't you
So I'll give a quick Stephen King story. So I was at a Red Sox game, and I was probably between 18 and 20, and it was I think it was on Easter or something. When I went. And I was right behind the third base dugout. And I remember what happened was King Griffey Jr. hit a pop fly that was going foul. And it was only like 3 rows back. And John Valentin was playing third. And he just diving into me. And I didn't care. I just wanted the baseball. I didn't catch it. It bounced off my hands. But my dad got it for me. But I was all happy. It took an out away. From the Red Sox. So, again, being a Yankee fan, I was okay with that.
Yeah.
But then an usher came down to me. He goes, "Hey, there's a guy back here that wants to talk to you." And I looked. It was Stephen King.
Yeah.
And all I remember saying is, "Why did you have to try to get that ball? You cost the Red Sox an out." And he was being funny about it. You know, it's like he's trying to act serious, but I knew he was joking about it. And to me, that was like a big thrill, being able to meet Stephen King in that way. And you know, now that I will never forget.
That in the paper too for that.
My picture. I was in the picture with Stephen King for that. Welcome, Jeff and Andra from This Our Dream. How's it going?
The Green Mile and I love Shawshank Redemption. The Green Mile, I don't know if I've seen the whole thing. If it's King, I read it. Yep. He's like the best.
All right. So what else do you have? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
So.
The next one.
Poltergeist.
Who was ever afraid after watching that movie to sit in front of the TV when it got snowy? And back then, that was before cable, so you had to have the knob. So you get that snowy. You know, the kids today don't know what snowy TV. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, we had that quite a bit growing up, right?
Look, Lisa, there's Stephen King at Publix. His home is 2 towns from us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he also lives in Maine, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a big Red Sox fan. But yes, Poltergeist is just really freaky. Again, another that they had a remake of that we saw. I don't know why they keep doing these remakes. I love the originals, and I think the originals are awesome. But that was a movie that when you saw it, you really didn't want to go to bed at night after watching that.
It was creepy. Because it's like, could be real, you know what I mean? Like,
well, especially when you're little, you're seeing the snowy picture, and sometimes you can make out certain things, and you can hear things coming through, and that's literally what happened in the Poltergeist.
Yeah. I just didn't like the creepy guy, the old guy. I think that was 2.
I don't remember 2.
That he left, like, brought all the children to someplace, and that's why they died. He took them, a preacher, and they were all in a cave and they couldn't breathe and they all died in there or something like that. That guy.
The other side. So the Poltergeist 2 came out in 1986, but the original came out in 82. And
there was a lot of, like tragedies from this movie. I know that the girl, she died.
Really?
Carol Ann. Yeah, she died when she was young. I think, twisted something. I forget. Yeah, the creeper, that was the freakiest guy. Just his voice, way he walked, the hat, I just creeped me out. What do you...
yeah, keep going. I'm just trying to... I just wanted to show I want to show people why this was so. I found this to be scary. I mean, look at that.
So you said that the clown. I can't read what this thing. Freaked me out with the clown in the swimming pool, and like when he was drinking the tequila, the worm. Ugh. I don't know because there's 2 different ones. I mean, I don't know if that was 1 or 2. I think that might have been 2. I can't remember. Like I said, they blend in together.
But tell me that's not. I mean,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So.
I think I had a TV like that growing up too.
Yep.
Exactly like that, or similar, right?
Yep.
That's how TVs were back then. Mm-hmm. It's weird. All right. So what else do you have on?
They're here.
What else do you have on the list?
What's this? Oh, I got. This isn't really a horror movie, but it's.
Yeah, see, even Nick says that it creeps him out, especially the old man.
Yeah, that one is like, that guy is like, creep me out. When I was young, I was like, I hate that guy. Because just the way he talked, he looked, his teeth, it was just gross. So here's one, and this was actually marketed to children.
But I don't know how this was a horror movie, though.
Well, it's not, but...
All right.
They're calling it a horror movie, so, but it kind of is. It's not terrible. I can deal with this one, But originally it was marketed to children because all the movies out at the same time were Indiana Jones and different movies that weren't to children. So they needed some. So they put this on the commercial. The little cute guy. They didn't. And then parents took the kids to the movie, and they were horrified. They said that it was like the microwave with the burn on, and then all that crazy stuff happening.
In Gremlins?
Yeah.
That wasn't scary.
But if you're a little kid, you think
What year did Gremlins come out?
It was what is 1980? 84.
1984. I was 12. I didn't find it scary.
Well, if you were a little kid, maybe.
Okay. Hello, Bob from One Stop Mouse. Thank you for coming in. Jeff and Andrew say that looks like a Furby, and it does.
Yeah,
and
it said rather than a horror comedy. It was marketed to both children and their parents. That's right. See, it was reason Gremlins was marketed to children. It had a lot to do with Steven Spielberg, not only because of E.T., because that came out the same year, but it's not. E.T. came out in 2. Indiana Jones, both PG rating, and they wanted a G-rated movie that could go up. But then when it came out, the Gremlins 2, they put it PG-13 because it was a little much.
So Joey's World goes that they saw parents carrying out their crying kids in the theater.
Yeah.
I saw this by myself.
What? How old were you?
12 and 84.
Oh yeah, but that's not a little kid. Like they're trying to 5-year-olds. Not 12. 12 is not a little kid.
Okay.
It's not. Ronnie wouldn't be scared of Gremlins if he saw it at 12. He's seen worse. Yeah, they were baited in with the cute little Furby of Gizmo, and then he turned into this crazy...
See, and Lane's right. This is an entry-level horror movie for the little ones.
Yeah.
To get them used to this.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on from this. Is this...
All right. There's another. This one is Aliens. So
this is a horror...
That's what they're saying.
Or is this what you're saying?
Oh, I don't know. They say it's listed in the horror movies, but... So
Meredith's saying Aliens franchise is sci-fi horror.
In 79, though, but...
and that stars Susan Sarandon, correct?
Yep.
I love the original Aliens. And in the first one, is that the one where she gave birth, where it came through her belly? Or am I thinking a different movie?
I don't know. Maybe that's Resurrection.
Keep going down.
I don't know.
Go down. Go down.
No, because then they got that one. That's not.
Yep, keep going.
These are all up to 86 Aliens.
Yep.
Is that?
So Alien came out in 79. Then the sequel came out in 86.
Yep.
Then one of the first two is where she gave birth to one of the aliens, where it came out of her.
That was gross.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver, Susan Sarandon.
Yeah,
yes.
you get it wrong.
Yeah, but you agreed.
I don't know. I wasn't listening to you.
Yes. I enjoyed this movie, although there, if I remember correctly, it's been a while. Mm-hmm. There are some jumpy moments in this movie.
Yeah.
The remake I find to be possibly even scarier, Prometheus, which I think is a prequel.
Yeah.
And that's the one. If you remember, I remember seeing the preview where they had this weird music playing, and it just screamed of
like aliens coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But remember, I know they had. If anyone remembers this, this might be because of Aliens was so popular. Who remembers the miniseries V? It was on TV. Mm-hmm. That I love that.
But that's not a horror film.
Yeah, but I know. But it's like the Aliens. It was kind of like that. It was just a cool miniseries. Remember they used to have cool miniseries, and it was like
the V was aliens that
came into Earth. Yeah.
That had human.
Yeah.
Mask. How you know I'm not an alien underneath here?
Well, you probably are. We still have Gizmo on the stream.
No, I don't. I took it down.
Okay.
So Jeff says Rocky Horror Picture Show. I never seen that.
No. Mice eating alien lizard. Yes, that's V. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You never seen it?
I do remember it, but it's...
And when this started, if V counted. See? Like V. I love the miniseries of the 80s. Like V, I'm going to go off separate. North and South. I love that.
North and South?
Yeah, that was with Patrick Swayze. That was awesome. Never mind. Okay. I know, I'm going off topic. It's horror movies, not
chick flicks.
All right, let me go back to the 50s best, because some of these movies that we might have forgotten. That's the Motel Hell.
Motel Hell is still an awesome movie.
Who heard of this one?
The Funhouse?
The Funhouse.
No, never heard of that one.
I'm going to read some.
What about Leprechaun?
Was Leprechaun 80s?
I think the first Leprechaun, I thought, came out late 80s.
See? They love North and South, too. See?
Leprechaun was okay, and if you remember, it had Jennifer Aniston in the first one. Jennifer Aniston was in the first Leprechaun. Not that Leprechaun was... I think it was horror, but it wasn't really scary.
It was more like creepy, weird... I don't know.
Yeah. So that's one.
Any horror movies with Rob Lowe?
Oh, no.
Killer Clowns of Madison.
I've never seen that movie.
No.
Not that one. But there is one that came to mind. Didn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre come out?
I think that was 70s. Or maybe it was 80s.
The sequel was out in the 80s. And that's the one where they had a disfigured son there that used to change. It was like a wacky family. It was kind of like almost like Motel Hell.
Wacky.
But I know you always had that guy with the chainsaw chasing everybody around going...
Yeah, it was late set, yeah. That's when I went to a haunted house with the chasing with the chainsaw. I was like, nope. I mean, I got so scared. I mean, I ran out of there, and I was running into trees, bushes, pushing everybody down. And like the guys that were the chainsaw guys, they had to get out of character because they said that we were... Like, the friends I was with, we were, like, crazy and so scared that they made their night. They were laughing because they couldn't stay in character because we were so scared.
What about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? You've ever heard... I think I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
I've never seen that either.
Now, what's the one about... what was the name of it? Wasn't it, like, something called Children Under the Stairs or something?
I don't know.
People Under the Stairs?
Shows. The Stepfather, remember that one?
No.
He was a creep. I didn't like that. Hellraiser.
I remember seeing Hellraiser, but I didn't really like it. Hellraiser was the one with the guy who had like all the spikes coming out of his head. If I'm remembering correctly, correct? Maniac.
Reanimator. Happy Birthday to Me. See, these ones I don't remember.
Slumber
Party Massacre.
What was great, because you remember when they had Blockbuster and you can rent all the movies?
Yeah.
Like, these are the movies... A lot of these you would just rent just to watch.
Yeah, I remember renting this movie with my friend, Pieces. It was kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was like, chainsaws, but pieces. They would cut up people in pieces.
So, see, yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 86. I came by the original.
April Fool's Day. Anne's a plant person, so Body Snatchers is her go-to for plant movies. Little Shop of Horrors is my go-to.
Possession. Yeah, I'm surprised they had aliens in The Thing. I can't really think of any other... What do other people have on here? Return of the Living Dead, Pinhead. Wow.
The Children of the Corn.
Yep. I just don't remember that
one.
They
said Chud. I remember hearing about it, but Critters.
Oh, I've seen Critters. I don't remember about it, so I can't remember.
There's so many.
So what else do you have on your list? Do you have anything? So guys in the chat, what's your favorite horror movie of the 80s? What is it that you really... What's the scariest one that you've ever seen? I think for me it was Friday the 13th Part 2. Just for that one scene, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I used to go camping as a kid, so like these things, like at a lake.
Oh, that's why you don't want to go camping.
Yeah, because it's a freak Poltergeist.
Yeah, I agree with Poltergeist.
That was scary.
Ray does an illusion with the Hellraiser theme. The illusion is the puzzle cube.
Oh.
Yeah, so yes, Hellraiser.
I don't remember that one.
I remember seeing it when it came out, but it's not. I thought I thought it was boring in parts, which is why I don't really remember it, because it's not one that I go back to watch.
I like 80s horror because you could tell it's fake. Like when you see things now, like the new versions of stuff, they're really gross and graphic and looks real. I don't like that.
Look, you got company. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Exactly. I really don't like horror.
And actually, Beetlejuice came up as being like a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Which I told I didn't want to put on the list because
yeah,
there's no way that is scary.
No.
John Carpenter remake of The Thing, and I want to say we might have seen that, but I'm not.
There's more
sure.
list. This is just 50. There was a.
Hey, Walt from Mouse Talk, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Just making sure we hit all. Trying to figure out if there's any other horror movies from the 80s that we grew up watching. We kind of went through the full list
That we liked. I mean, there's lots more, but list of horror films. Let's see.
American Werewolf in London.
Oh, that's right. That was one of them on here.
Have you seen that one?
I don't like this list. I think I saw bits and pieces of it.
See, I don't remember too much. Poltergeist is one that really people have gotten scared about, and I can't blame them, because that really freaked me out too as a kid.
Evil Dead.
I don't remember seeing The Evil Dead, but that was on AMC. We might want to give
Swamp
that
Thing. Remember Swamp Thing? I remember
That's
that
not
one.
a horror movie. The Fly, they said, was a horror movie.
Yeah, The Fly.
I don't know if anyone's seen The Fly. It's been a long time for me.
The Blob.
No, that's.
American Werewolf.
You got Creepshow.
Creepshow. There's Chud. The Howling. Life Force. Scanners. They got Scanners.
Yeah.
I don't think that was. Cujo, Reanimated Hell.
Oh, does anyone remember seeing Jeepers Creepers? I don't know when that came out.
What's Tenebrae or whatever that is?
Jeepers Creepers actually came out in 2001. I am telling you, that is a weird. It's again one of those ones I saw like 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I couldn't take my eyes off it, and it's kind of got a scare factor to it.
Yeah. Yeah, The Fly was gross.
Walt likes Halloween too.
What about Alligator?
The Fly was on Mike Pence's head last night. It sure was. That was hilarious. And people said The Omen, but I don't remember seeing The Omen.
Dead Zone, From Beyond, The New York Ripper, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
That's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, well, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a horror Christmas movie.
Yeah, Day of the Dead, Wolfen, Psycho 3, Psycho 2.
My Bloody Valentine. Yeah, so as you can see, I think there were a lot of great horror movies in the 80s. There's so much to choose from. Some are corny and stupid, and
see, like some of they blend from the 70s and the 80s, like
The Exorcist
was 73.
But I remember watching it as a kid.
They got Jaws too as a horror movie. The Chainsaw Massacre. What is that?
Yeah, so
The
Texas
Omen. The Omen.
Yeah, people were saying The Omen.
Yeah.
In Texas,
Carrie.
Hold on. So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was in 1974.
What about Amityville Horror? The Hitcher.
The Banana Splits movie. Talk about, whoa. I love the Banana Splits.
La la la.
I'm thinking that's not. I'm thinking that's not what they're talking about.
No. No, but I remember this.
Do you remember The Hitcher?
No.
I think they did a remake of this. I think I remember seeing The Hitcher.
I remember this. It was a cult movie in the 80s, and we got this movie. I think it's banned now. I don't know if anyone remembers this. Faces of Death. It was real videos of people.
Yes. You can't see those anymore.
No, but remember that. It was gross. It was so bad that my friend started throwing up because it was real. Like, it was like bad. It was scary.
So what I used to do is I used to sleep over my grandmother's house.
Yeah.
It's because I had an uncle we were the same age, and we would rent those types of movies because she didn't really know what we were watching, and we would just stay up really late at night watching that type of stuff. Nothing that I would let my kids see these days.
No, because it was like real videos of real people dying. It was gross.
Yes.
And real. I mean, it wasn't fake. What about, this is totally off subject, but in Driver's Ed, they used to show these movies called Mechanized Death. And it was like...
That's a horror
thing. No, it wasn't horror. It was like accidents in the 50s, and they would show you, this is what happened if you do this. You know, it was like Mechanized Death.
I gotta check out this Banana Splits thing.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
I love Banana Splits.
Omen. Amityville Horror. Remember that one? That was scary. What's that? Herrick. Oh, Exorcist. Vampire Lovers.
Yes, This Dream understands what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Faces of Death movies in Driver's Ed. Yeah,
yep.
I remember that. If you don't pay attention while you're driving, this could happen to you.
Yeah. Or it's like, Bob opened his car door while he was driving. And then you see him. This is what happened to Bob when he opened his door while driving. He got hit by a tree.
Hit by a tree?
Well, the tree. He was like wedged in between the trees.
I didn't know trees could drive.
Well, he crashed into a tree with a door. I don't know. Yeah. It was weird.
All right. So that's our foray, our talk about the horror films of the 80s. So hopefully you guys
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That I know.
Yeah, people already brought that up.
Okay. I didn't see all that stuff. Yeah, we were just talking about different movies. Now I want to see a bunch of these.
All right. Horror movies it is.
No, but
from now on.
Not like the old ones. I don't want the new ones. I don't like the crazy. I was a nice, fun Banana Splits movie, and they started hacking at people.
I'm searching for this when I leave.
The Evil Dead on Bruce Campbell from Burn Notice.
All right, so
I don't know.
So
what?
Housekeeping.
Oh, housekeeping or mousekeeping?
Whatever you want to call it.
You don't do no housekeeping.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
So it's the Live Place.
Dean from the Live Place put this all together. This movies. So I know there's still more people doing more movie stuff.
So check it out, and you can go to theliveplace.com. So that will have a list of everyone that's doing movies this week, based on videos this week on movies.
Right.
But it's also a great place to go if you're looking for other live streamers out there. You want to kind of get your TV guide of what's going on. And it's not just Disney. There's also other family-friendly live streamers out there as well that you can find on that channel as well.
So Charlie says it's definitely a B movie. Just be prepared. It can't be any worse than Hotel Hell or whatever. Motel Hell.
Motel, yes.
Insidious is on AMC. Okay, yeah. AMC is having a lot of these crazy movies on right now. So.
Yeah. So go ahead. So there's a bunch of people that I know we try to religiously watch. We suggest we like them, check them out, and if you like them, subscribe and click that notification bell. So, check out the Nerd Herders. I know they go, they've been trying to go live on Sundays at 11, but I think it's tough with everyone going back to school. There's a lot of activities going on. I know we're running into that, as well as they're on Wednesday nights at 7. So definitely check them out. Check out Mouse Talk. I know they go live with the Sanity on Tuesdays at 8. And then
he's doing sports movies.
With Steve on
and
Sports
Steve.
Night on Saturdays at
8.
At 8.
And then he's talking about, I think it's 6 with Disney Dan on Sunday. They're talking about Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, that's it. Two.
And also check out Walt, because I know on the weekends he's typically live streaming from the park. So if you want to get a Disney fix in on what's going on at the parks, definitely check out Walt from Mouse Talk. And then there's others like This I Dream, who's, I think they're live actually tomorrow around 5 o'clock.
Something like that. I think they were live today too, earlier. Oh, what did he say? What else? Good for hard from the 80s. Hell Night. Look it up. Linda Blair. Yep. I remember that one.
And I think there's other people here like Amy from AJC Magic, Bob from One Stop Mouse. Just, if you want to see what others, we're all kind of small channels, you want to see what everyone's doing, what they're talking about, definitely give them a look. And if you like what they're doing, definitely subscribe to them. And also go check out the Lynn Project right after this.
Yep.
On her channel.
And then she's going to be talking about The Greatest Showman tomorrow night with Make It Blue with Caitlin at 9. So that's another thing to watch.
So everyone, we thank you for stopping by. We know there's a lot of things on TV. There's other things you could be doing, all the live streamers, but we really appreciate you stopping by, spending time with us, because we enjoy doing this, making friends. I feel like the hour goes by too quick.
Yep.
It's just a lot of fun, and hopefully
one
you guys
more movie.
are
I'm
having
looking
fun.
at it right there. Ghostbusters. That was one of they had as a horror movie.
That's not a horror movie.
I know it's not a horror movie, but I just think the Ghostbusters. He has the Lego Ghostbusters, and I'm like, they had that listed as a horror movie. His Lego.
and this is discontinued.
Yeah.
It's been retired. Love that Lego set.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping in. We do have we do have a video coming out Sunday. It's a review of Cabana Bay Resort. So if you're ever looking to stay at a Universal Studio Resort and want to see what Cabana Bay looks like, certainly check that out on Sunday. But until next week, we'll see everyone in the streams, and we'll come up with a topic for next week.
Yeah. I know it's not a horror movie. Ghostbusters is not a horror movie. Oh, they're watching Schitt's Creek Mass. Oh, what is it? I said it wrong. That's what it's called.
Okay, everyone.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
See you again soon. Bye.